Welcome back. Today I'm reviewing the Muppet Christmas Carol from 1992, a movie that a lot of people absolutely love and adore and even consider a holiday classic. And before anything else, I want to be clear. I understand exactly why this film means so much to many viewers. I get it. It definitely has charm, it has warmth, it has that Christmas vibe going. I mean, it has a very unique identity. Sure, I understand all of that. But personally, I'm somewhere in the middle. I wouldn't call it a bad movie, not at all, but it's definitely not a movie that I really enjoy either. And honestly, I think a big part of that comes down to the simple fact that I'm not really a Muppets fan. Never have been and never will be. That style of humor has never been my thing. And because of that, a lot of the jokes and the tone just didn't land for me the way they clearly land for a lot of people who grew up loving these characters. Now, this movie retells Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol, but with the Muppets playing almost every role except for Scrooge himself, who is played by Michael Caine. And let me say this, Michael Caine is by far the best thing in this movie. He commits to the role with absolute seriousness, as if he's starring in a high budget Victorian drama instead of acting opposite of, felt puppets. And honestly, it really works. His performance grounds the film and it gives it emotional weight that it desperately needs. The movie also uses Gonzo as a narrator who literally plays Charles Dickens. A little bit weird, but okay. And Rizzo the Red tagging along for some humor and slapstick moments. These two definitely bring energy, but again, if you're not into Muppet style comedy, their scenes can feel a little bit repetitive and I might even say distracting from the main story. Now, one thing I will give the movie credit for is how surprisingly faithful it is to Dickens. Even with the jokes, the film doesn't really disrespect the original story, which is great. The themes of generosity, redemption, and compassion are still present. And the emotional beats, especially involving Tiny Tim, they are handled with sincerity. So, yes, that is definitely done very well. But at the same time, because this is a Muppet film, there's always a bit of, how shall I put it, tonal whiplash. You'll have a heartfelt, dramatic moment, followed immediately by Rizzo falling off a fence or Gonzo cracking a joke directly at the camera. It's a little bit off, you know. And again, if you love that Muppets energy, this isn't a problem. But for me, it just made it harder to stay emotionally connected to the movie. The musical numbers, that's another thing that people seem to adore. And while I appreciate the craft that they put into, I personally found the songs to be, hit or miss, mostly miss. Some of them are cheerful and kind of catchy, like, It Feels Like Christmas. It's pretty okay, pretty catchy. And others feel more like they are filler. And the pacing of the movie, especially in the middle, it slows the film down quite a lot. And especially during some of the quieter songs. And I found myself checking out more than once during, the middle part of the movie. I also have to mention the Ghost of Christmas Past. The design is, well, interesting. It's supposed to be uh, otherworldly, I guess, but to me it ends up just looking slightly uncanny, almost eerie. I mean, it's not bad, but it's a little bit odd and maybe unintentionally distracting. And the other ghosts are handled much better, especially the ghost of Christmas Present, who fits the Muppet vibe perfectly. Now, even with all my criticisms, I do think the film has charm. I definitely think that that is the case. It also has heart and it has genuine sincerity that a lot of modern Christmas movies don't seem to have anymore. There's this warm, handmade quality to it, like you're watching something crafted with love rather than, an algorithmic precision. And honestly, I can appreciate that. But personally, for me, I never felt fully invested into this movie. The humor, it didn't land for me. The emotional moments didn't hit as hard as I think they were meant to be. And the mixture of genuine Dickens drama with Muppet slapstick created that, tonal whiplash. It never clicked with me. I think this is one of those films where I completely see why people love it, why people enjoy it, but I also completely understand why someone might not like this movie. And I'm somewhere in the middle. I kind of like it, but also I don't really like it. So overall, I would give The Muppet Christmas Carol, I would say like a 5.5, 5 or a 6, somewhere in the middle. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's definitely nothing amazing either. I think it's a fun Christmas film that just didn't fully connect with me. Probably because, I'm not a target audience, so I have to keep that in mind. Now, if you grew up with the Muppets or you love the playful humor of the Muppets, then, this is probably like an 8 or a 9 for you. I totally understand that. But if you're like me and the Muppet style just never resonates, you might end up feeling like, yeah, it's fine, but nothing or not something you'd return to every year. Still, I respect it. I understand its place in Christmas movie history, and if nothing else, it's worth watching for Michael Caine delivering one of the most committed Scrooge performances ever, even if he's surrounded by frogs and pigs and singing vegetables. So that's my review, that's my take on this movie. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.